Visiting now with Central Lee Lady Hawk varsity softball co-head coach Alex Baloma. And Alex, thanks for stopping by this afternoon.
Well, thanks for having me, Kyle.
Season's off and running as far as practice at least, and what's it look like for the Lady Hawks, what you've seen from the practice field so far?
We've seen a lot of good effort. It's been difficult with track and soccer and golf going on. We've had to share with the other sports, all the girls. But when we do have them, we've been trying to get as much out of them as possible. But we have high expectations for the girls this year and see a lot of good things going on.
Has the weather played a part in practice so far?
Yes, it has stopped us a few nights of when we've had everybody all at once. We've had a couple rain issues and lightning issues, and so we've had to, either go inside and shorten things up or just not have practice.
So all this practice prior to the season, and it looks like from your schedule that once you start playing games, there's no more time for practice. Is that a fair assessment?
That's pretty accurate. We have a few dates off here and there in the middle of the weeks, but it's not many. And, the girls are going to need some time off sooner or later so they don't get burnt out.
I'm looking at the schedule, and you play on the 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, and 3, 5, 6. There's not a lot of off dates. The Lady Hawks will open May 26th. That'll be Tuesday after Memorial Day, and that's a varsity-only contest.
Yes, at this point it's only just one varsity game between boys and girls, both at home. It could be changed at a later date to maybe be a varsity doubleheader to get more in, but right now we're starting at 5:30, and it's just one game apiece on the boys' side and girls' side.
All right, so 5:30 on Tuesday here at Central Lee High School, varsity softball and varsity boys baseball as well. And Alex, who's the teams to beat besides the Lady Hawks in the Super Conference this season?
Well, I think year in and year out, West Burlington Notre Dame's been close to the top. They're always notorious for being good. I think they're definitely going to be the conference leader to beat. New London's always a close second, or in the top half of the conference as well. But after that, it's a dogfight for the rest of the spots. So it should be pretty interesting.
Softball is so very important to have a good pitcher, and who's looking to pitch some innings for the Lady Hawks this year?
Well, we're fortunate enough to have a couple juniors on the staff this year. We have Emma Newberry. She's a big returner from last year, seen quite a few innings there. And then we also have Sydney Kramer, who got a few innings last year as well at varsity level. They're both going to have to get quite a few innings again this year as well.
And how about those seniors that you rely on heavily? Who's the seniors for the Lady Hawks?
Well, we have Hope Haley. She's a returner. She had an injury last year that kept her from playing, so she's definitely excited to get back out on the ball field. We have Paige Barker. She's making a little position change to start off the season. She's excited for that as well. Maddie Miller, still tying down first base like she always has. And then we also have Carlin Adams, who's also done a position change as well.
I walked by practice last night. I don't know if you saw me, but I was lurking. But anyway, I noticed something different, and I don't know if you did it last year, but I noticed all your infielders have a modified catcher's mask that they're wearing. Is that a Iowa High School Athletic Association rule, or is that a coach's rule?
Well, the High School Association has not made that a specific rule yet. It's coming in the future, I have a feeling. As these balls are coming faster and faster off these bats, I think it's just more of a safety issue, and we want to make sure our girls are safe, and that way they feel more comfortable going after ground balls and line drives and stuff like that, where they have the protection covering their face. So it's more of a coach's deal here.
Is it a modified catcher's mask, or could you wear it behind the plate to catch?
No, you cannot wear it behind the plate to catch. Behind the plate, you actually have to wear the hockey style mask now.
All right, and Coach Baloma is co-head coaches along with Daryl Crable. And why don't you tell our fans a little bit about your role as far as coaching responsibility?
Well, Coach Crable and myself and our assistant coach, Tiffany Barton, we all have a huge role all the way around. Not any one of us really stick to one major aspect of the game. we communicate multiple times a day and, get each other's point of views on things. Why Coach Crable's working with pitchers, I might be with hitters, I might be with fielders. It switches up from day to day. We all have a very big part of each aspect of the game.
So lots of heads to bounce ideas off of, and 3 heads in this case are better than 1, perhaps.
Yes, of course it is. Daryl and I were talking the other day when he coached prior to this season. It was just him and another coach. He had 1 assistant, and he might be over working with pitchers, and he didn't know what some of the girls were doing at the cage. We can definitely work more efficiently now and get the girls in and out quicker instead of spending so much time practicing all the time. We can get 1 coach at the cage with the girls hitting, 1 on the field with infielders and outfielders, and the other one over working with pitchers. We can do 3 things at once and not have to worry about making sure the girls are being safe and doing things the right way.
All right, so Tuesday night it starts to matter as the Lady Hawks will host the Rockets of Harmony High School. That's a 5:30 start, and that'll be 1 varsity girls softball contest. And at the same time, the boys baseball team will be playing the Harmony Rockets as well at 5:30. And want to thank Coach Paloma for stopping by, and we'll get this up on the website so our fans can hear it. And good luck to the Lady Hawks all season long.
Thank you, Kyle. Thanks for having me.
Visiting now with new varsity boys baseball head coach Shane Wyrather. And Shane, thanks for stopping by this morning.
Well, thanks a lot, Kyle. It's going to be exciting to have our games on the Hawkscast this year, and I've been a big fan of your football broadcast, so it's just real exciting to get our baseball out there too.
Thanks, Shane. Never know when you're broadcasting what exactly you're going to say. We don't script everything, but hopefully we paint a good picture for our fans. And Shane, tell us about practice so far. I've seen the kids out on the field a lot, getting ready for the season. How's practice been going for your teams?
Well, practice has been great. The kids have been showing up with good attitudes. The problem you run into with baseball is you got several different sports going on at the time, but when they get done with theirs, they show up and see us and go through the cage and are more than willing to do everything they can to get ready for the season. The weather's been a little bit of a challenge getting stuff in, but I think we're really getting ready for the season.
What Coach is alluding to is in Iowa, soccer, golf, and track are all spring sports, and then before those sports are over, baseball starts practicing, so you have a skeleton crew, and you never really know who your players are until those sports finish, do you?
No, you've seen a history of some of the players, and people work out in the weight room during the year, and you really want to see what they look like during the new year, and yeah, it's just getting everybody going through the motions again, and getting their timing back in the cage, and getting their arm ready to start throwing if you got pitchers coming in. But like I said, they've all come with real good attitudes, and we're going to get them all here in a little bit, and it's going to be nice.
So speaking of your players, who's some of your returning players that you're going to lean on heavily this season?
Well, I think you start with the senior class. You got 3 seniors coming back with Tyler Bryant, Matthew Durr, and Seth Davis, and all 2 of them had a lot of at-bats, and Seth Davis is going to be used a lot more this year. And they provide good leadership, great attitudes. When they come in, they work hard, and it's real good senior leadership.
Very important to have those good senior leaders, as you say, and your freshman, sophomore, pretty big numbers for that group as well.
Yeah, we have 16 freshmen and 5 sophomores, and they've all come in. That this freshman class is a real talented class, and it's going to be nice to see them mature over their next 4 years.
Who's some of your kids that you're going to put on the mound and throw the baseball for the Hawks?
Well, the thing from last year, I lost about 7 innings from last year's team with Lewis and Gabe, and Ricky's going to be right there. Rick Golly's going to be right there, and he's going to take the ball every time that that he can, just like he did last year. And Keaton Benner, Garrett Weyerother, and Bryce Fowler all pitched around 20 innings apiece for us, and they'll take their bigger piece of the pie this time, and they'll do a fine job. And I'm going to try to get Ben Rooney and Tyler Bryant and Blake Burgess back on the mound. They haven't pitched in a year or so, but I assume they'll help out and they'll do great.
Sounds like pitching by community, but in a long baseball season with lots of games, lots of consecutive games on consecutive nights, you need lots of arms to fulfill that role.
Yeah, I believe they'll all pitch in. They'll all do great, and just, you know, you get up there, you just got to throw strikes and have the other team put it in play and play good defense behind them.
Who's the team to beat in the Southeast Iowa Super Conference this year besides the Hawks?
Well, Van Buren's always been tough, and that's the team I believe you're judged against in this conference, and you want to play good baseball against them, and keep looking for that win against them. New London's going to be tough. West Burlington's going to be tough, and there'll be a bunch of really close games in this conference. You're not gonna run away from many people here. There'll be tight games, and that's where you learn about your players.
And looking at the schedule, if I have the correct schedule, there's been lots of changes. I think I'm pretty accurate, but it looks like the Hawks open on May 26th. That's Tuesday after Memorial Day against Harmony, and that'll be a JV varsity doubleheader. JV will start at 5:30. Is that correct?
There has been a change to the Harmony game. They do not have a JV anymore, so the 5:30 game will be varsity only.
And that'll be a 5:30 start? Or?
Yes, a 5:30 start for varsity.
Okay. So come on out Tuesday after Memorial Day and see firsthand the New Look Hawks under first-year head coach Shane Weyerother as they host the Harmony Rockets. And then it looks like you go on the road for a couple of ball games, and then you're home for a spell.
Yeah, we get our tests right away. We go at New London May 28th. 29th will be at Washington. And then you come back home with games against West Burlington, Fairfield, and Holy Trinity. That'll be a good test for us right away to go out of conference against some bigger schools with the Washingtons and the Fairfields, and really see where we stand in the area and a little more than our conference.
This is the good news and the bad news about high school baseball in Iowa. You get all your practices in May, early May, and then once you start playing the games, there's not a lot of time for practice. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, when there'll be days off, there'll really be days off. There probably won't be a practice. You get there and you do some batting practice before the games and take a little infield before you get on the bus, and there's 3 tournaments on the weekends and maybe probably 4 games that week. So there really isn't much time off. It's 30 games packed in a span of 6 weeks.
All right. So Shane Weyerother, the new head coach of the Varsity Hawks, and kind of know your assistant coach this year. That's Ryan Van AUSDALL. He's my son, and so hopefully during our Hawkcast broadcast, Coach, you or Ryan or a player or two can stop over when it's convenient after the ball games or on an off night. Lane and I and Lon would love to visit with you during the broadcast a little more.
That sounds great, Kyle. I look forward to hearing from you.
All right. So once again, thanks to Coach Weyerother for stopping by this morning, and come out May 26th as the Hawks will host the Harmony Rockets. That'll be a varsity-only contest at 5:30 here from Central Lee High School. You are listening to the Central Lee Hawkcast, and thanks once again to Coach Weyerother.